We have personally experienced things in this home, from running through the hallways, the laughter that you can hear.
It's going to take me weeks to wrap my brain around what I just saw, because that can't happen. That physically can't happen, but I just saw it with my own eyes.
Sometimes, even myself, I've been scared enough to leave the Walton house.
Most of the sheriff's department is afraid to come in here.
Citizens of this community are afraid of this house.
That physically can't happen, but I just saw it with my own eyes.
It's just mind-blowing. That's all I can say.
No way, man. Whoa. Dude, this is cool. Are you serious, dude? Oh, whoa.
You really get to feel like you're interacting with something.
Dude.
All right, Dave, we are back once again in Atlanta, Indiana, at the Asher Walton house.
Yes, we are. It has been about a year since we have been here, and it is good to finally be back and visit the spirits here of the Asher Walton house.
What's interesting, one of the reasons we wanted to come back was because Paranormal Dares, who oversees the investigations here at the Asher Walton house, has stated and claimed that the paranormal activity here at the house has escalated. And there are things happening here now that they never had experienced in the past. And we're here tonight to see if we can capture paranormal activity or evidence that points towards a different type of haunting here at the Asher Walton house.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of strange new occurrences, like you said. I'm excited to get in there and see what's going on with this place a year later.
I am too, and from what we understand, this house built in 1868 is in fact so renownedly haunted that even local children and other citizens of this community are afraid of this house and do not want to even step foot inside. So are you ready to walk in and see how the Asher Walton has fared since we were here last?
I'm ready, let's go. Let's
go
see what it's
inside.
got.
Love that gate.
His wife, her name was Julia Wolf, and Asher worked for Mr. Wolf, who owned the general store. He got so good at his job, he actually ended up buying out the general store. He opened a grist mill, a couple lumber mills, and he accumulated a lot of wealth and a lot of businesses. He decided to marry Julia Wolf, which he made her Julia Wolf Walton, and her wedding present was this house. So in 1868, he started building the house for his new wife.
But he wanted the best of the best, not just a normal house. He wanted the best for his wife. It's just displaying his wealth, yet at the same time, his love. Look what I can give you. I can give you this.
This house was built out of love to raise generations of their family. And then many other families lived here after the Waltons. And it was a halfway house at one time, a boarding house. They had funerals downstairs in the women's parlor. So he built this house out of love, and I believe, they're still here. They still love the house, and they're still here walking the halls.
All right.
I remember when we were here last time, we weren't really sure what type of paranormal activity we would experience. We were told that this place was a portal for children, for the spirits of children.
We have personally experienced things in this home to believe there are children. From balloons moving, balloons popping.
What?
From running through the hallways, the laughter that you can hear.
We had a couple psychics. They both hit on a little boy called Suspender Boy, or they called him Suspender Boy. So there's a little boy that wears suspenders upstairs. In the upstairs, he hangs out the top of the staircase and plays in the upstairs hallway. And they both said that they feel that this child brings other children here from around the neighborhood that passed away to play with, that he's lonely, and that he's very much seeking attention both from adults, and he brings other children here to get attention. And we have caught little boy, sounds like children, talking, and we've had it sounds like a little girl laughing and giggling.
We know there's children here. We know it.
And that they would constantly have activity that would play with devices like the REM pod, because they look like toys. They flash, they beep, they make sound. And on that investigation, that was extremely accurate. The number of times we had the REM pod alone go off inside this house was staggering, and I'm excited to see if the same thing happens tonight.
Whoa. That thing is going crazy. Hopefully that happens again tonight while we're here, and even with some of our other new devices that we've acquired since the last time we were here.
Hopefully, and I remember this room was very important to our investigation, because in this room, you performed an Estes Method spirit box session, and we believe that we came into contact with a young child named Ed, who was Asher Walton's son, who is believed to have passed away.
Just heard a little kid go, "Hi." Hello. The REM pod just went off. I heard that. Ed, if that's you, can you touch it again? Get closer to it. Oh my God. Leaving it on AM because I can't get it.
We have a website developer that helps us with our other company, Paranormal Dares, and she writes programs for computers. So she thinks in ones and zeros. She's a very logical thinker. She's not a spiritual person as far as the paranormal. She doesn't believe in it. We were sitting in the large dining room one day. It was broad daylight, like 3 p.m, and we heard a noise. She was on one side of the table. We were on the other side talking to her about our website. We heard a noise, and it sounded like somebody was coming in the front door. So I said, "Oh, somebody just walked in the front door," because that's what it sounded like. Well, the dining room door then rattled, and the door swung open, swung shut, and then probably 2 seconds later, the next door in the room, which leads into the small dining room, that door swung open and swung shut. She let out some vulgarities, which I won't repeat, and said she was never coming back here. She said, "It's going to take me weeks to wrap my brain around what I just saw, because that can't happen. That physically can't happen, but I just saw it with my own eyes."
This is probably one of the more active places that I've been to. Like, sometimes, even myself, I've been scared enough to leave the Walton house.
Oh, would you look at that? Our friend is still here.
There they are.
Hey there, buddy. I don't think you've moved in a year. Are you doing okay? It's a little quiet.
He is.
Thanks for joining us again. And before we actually go upstairs, I wanted to step into the dining room here, because the door in the dining room that leads outside is one of the main reasons why we came to the Asher Walton house the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had several investigators here that night from both Jess and I's company, Paranormal Dares, and some other places. And we were all upstairs sound asleep. It was dead of winter. It was a very cold, bitter cold night, actually. We'd all gone to bed kind of early, turned in early. Everybody was asleep in different bedrooms. We didn't hear anything with our ears, but one of the gentlemen got up to use the restroom downstairs. He walked downstairs and he noticed it was freezing cold, absolutely freezing.
And he notices that the door is wide open. And he's like, "Oh my God, someone's broken the back door and they're creeping around in our house. We don't even know about it because we're all upstairs asleep. We don't know. We're all asleep."
So he immediately came, woke everybody up, alerted everybody. We thought somebody had actually broke in and broke the back door in.
And so they look around the house. They check every room. Nobody's there. So they decide to rewind the security footage.
And here to find out, not only did the back door open, there's an inside latch padlock or security lock. You cannot unlock it from the outside. It's only a one-way lock. You can hear the lock being flipped open, and then the door violently gets yanked open from the inside. The outside door never opens, and you can see it clearly on camera. It stays shut.
It was locked from the inside. So yeah, someone inside the house would have had to unlock it in order to open that door. And that's what's so bizarre, is because you can hear the inner door unlock, swing open. It's just mind-blowing. That's all I can say.
Poltergeist activity, the spirits of children, the spirit of an aggressive man that they believe is somewhat new to the house. This could be a very interesting night here at the Asher Walton house. I remember specifically the energy is way different on this second floor than what it is down here.
Yes.
Even the last time we were here.
My wife is the actual manager of the Asher Walton house, and I just help her out, but she has gone around and talked to many of the elderly or old-time citizens that live here that have been in town for many, many years. They told us story after story after story about how they would sit in the park across the street, and when nobody lived here, watching the curtains upstairs move, seeing a lady in white in the window upstairs. The local police department, Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, told us they have an entire file on this house over many, many years going back of calls they've had to the house when the house was locked with a security system in it, that the security system would go off, they'd show up and sit outside and watch all the lights going off and on in the house, and there was nobody here. And it happened so many times, in fact, that most of the Sheriff's Department is afraid to come in here.
If any of the spirits of this house are still here, come on out and talk to us tonight. We'll be here all night. And hopefully you remember us from last time.
The Tate Room, the Roy D. Tate Room, that's what they called this when this was a bed and breakfast. But now there's apparently a very aggressive spirit that is known to interact with people in this room. They've captured on camera a woman having something grab her by the neck and trying to rip her necklace off when she was sitting right here in this chair.
There's where she puts her hand up. You said someone grabbed her necklace.
I have a music box upstairs. To me, it's personal because I never got a music box growing up. I always wanted one as a little girl. And Keith bought me one at Disneyland.
We were doing a live feed just a couple weeks ago. She wound it up and it was going, and we had people watching.
Does that make you happy?
And I was talking, and then she said, "Can you stop the box? Can you stop it from playing?"
Something is holding it.
The Cinderella stops moving, everything stops. And I'm like, okay, let go of it. And then it starts working again.
Let it play, please. Let go.
Are you holding it? Oh my God.
What? Don't do that.
Oh, it's pretty good.
And it played all the way till the end, till it just ran out of steam.
Like, you really get to feel like you're interacting with something. And that's what I won't forget.
Now in this hallway right here, they believe that this is the most overwhelming spot in the house where people feel the most uncomfortable. Now that could just be because the hallway itself doesn't have any windows. It gets very overwhelmingly dark when the sun goes down in this hallway. But I do remember I did a spirit box session in this hallway, and even though I didn't hear it with my own ears, on review I picked up on it, and through that spirit box I hear a voice that sounds like it says, "He can see us." And if you're still here, whoever you are, if you're Mr. Asher Walton or Ed or the children or anyone that is said to come through this house. We'd love to see you again. And if you could show yourself to us so that we know you're here. We're here to play tonight. And that means you can do anything that you want.
But my wife and I have slept in the house numerous times. We've slept in the Asher Walton's room. A couple times we've had things where something has hit the door. The door is right next to the bed. So when you're laying in bed and something smacks the door from the hallway side, it will sit you straight up. And that's happened more than once. And we've heard children running down the hall while we were sleeping in there more than once.
The last time I tried sleeping there, I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I told Keith I ain't doing it anytime soon.
Asher and Julia both died in the Walton bedroom, we were told. They both died at 3 a.m., which is kind of ironic because they died years, many, many years apart. Julia died before Asher. They had lost their oldest son, Edgar, and when they lost him, 6 months later, Julia passed.
My husband one time was up in the closet, and we caught on SOS a child sitting in his lap, and it became very emotional for him. It was a very, very emotional moment.
Yeah, this whole area right up here, like this long hallway here, and you've got each of these bedrooms off to the side, but the hallway and then the Walton suite or master suite or whatever you want to call that, plus the nursery, they do have, to me at least, a different vibe from every other room in this house. I believe that's another place we should spend some more time tonight, because last time it was just a little bit off the chain. It was kind of crazy.
If you're here, can you lay down on that bed?
Whoa.
Thank you. There's a lot of activity in every part of this place. From the top of this second floor all the way down through to the front door. There's been paranormal activity claims that really cannot be debunked and cannot be refuted. So I'm hoping tonight we capture something just as convincing. Are you ready to put batteries in stuff, wait for the sun to go down, and set up an abandonment session here in the Asher Walton house to see what happens when this house is completely empty once again?
I am ready. It's time. Let's do it. Asher Walton house.
All right, so we are getting ready to leave for abandonment. We have 4 cameras throughout the Asher Walton house, and we are gonna leave for about an hour to see what happens when the house is completely empty. To help set up, we had Shady. Everyone say hi to Shady, the Asher Walton dog. This is Keith and Jess's dog. He is very squirmy right now because he wants me to put him down and let him run. But, Shady, we are gonna leave and go play at your house across the road. Okay, go for it. So we have a camera right down here pointed down this long hallway. Keith says that these hallways always have shadow movement. They have a lot of creepy stuff happen here, so we have a millimeter here in the hallway, over by the stairwell, and pointing into the main parlor, as well as down the hallway towards the dining room. We have an action cam, and on the stairs, a REM pod. Remember, we had that REM pod there last time we were here, and on abandonment, it went absolutely crazy. So I'm excited to see what happens when we leave it there tonight on abandonment.
Let's go.
Upstairs on the second floor, we have a camera pointing down that long hallway, and we have a spirit pod setting in the middle of the hallway, another proximity meter. There's static electricity around that antenna. Anything breaks that proximity, it is going to alarm. And that camera's pointing all the way down that long, creepy, dark hallway, all the way towards the maid's chambers. So we also have another camera. The fourth and final one is set up in the Tate room. This is where recently a woman has been grabbed around the neck, had her necklace possibly even almost ripped off. We have a paranormal music box in there, as well as the EDI plus meter. So with that, Dave, are you ready to leave this house completely empty to see what happens?
I sure am.
Hit him with it.
All right, y'all know how it goes. Make sure to go grab your relieving merch. Make sure to get this video to 6,500 thumbs up. So here we go.
Here we go. Lights are off, let's do it, let's hit the road. Exiting through the side door behind the camera. Oddly, in contrast to our last abandonment session at the Asher Walton house about 20 months ago, the entire house seems quiet. The REM pod on the stairs is silent, and the only other sounds that we hear from the camera in the foyer are the faint sounds of movement. This quiet and uneventful abandonment isn't really a bad thing at all. The lack of action now could mean the phenomena in 2021 is all the more unexplainable. If the same devices behaved in the exact same way, it would be less paranormal, not more. And this just makes the results from our first investigation more exciting. Hopefully something was captured. We'll find out when we get home and review it, but you guys already know. Let's get into this session here at the Asher Walton house.
All right, everybody, so we're going to start the first session here on our return to the Asher Walton house. We're going to start off by doing an SLS sweep of the whole house and see what we can get. Ryan's running the camera here. He's going to be following me around. We've got the second floor laced with equipment. Hopefully some stuff goes off, and we'll see what we can get tonight at the Asher Walton house. You ready, Ryan?
I am ready, and while we are going through this walkthrough, I'm going to be running on a spirit box program that was designed by our friends Amy and Jared from Amy's Crypt, called Ghost Tube Vox. So we'll see if any intelligent voices come through, while Dave runs that SLS camera that you're looking at right now. So
It's looking a little tilty. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep. The good thing about this camera here as well is that if anything happens behind me while we're walking, this camera...
Ooh, that gave me cold chills.
Yeah. Who is this? Who is the voice that we're hearing?
Okay, that is not a person. That's the skeleton down there.
It's mapping our friend.
So we know it works, huh?
We sure do.
Let's pass through the parlor area.
Okay.
Now this is where they would have held wakes.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
I saw that. Whoa.
Who was that? Were you just standing in front of me here? I'm just using this thing to take your picture, if that's okay. Can you come back out so I can take your picture?
We have a bunch of toys upstairs. If there are any kids up there that want to touch one of them, can you go upstairs? And touch one of those? Or walk in front of that box, it'll play music for you. When I said that, it went insanely quiet in here.
Yeah. When you said what?
Asked them to go upstairs.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna come upstairs too, is that okay? Ooh, that was a weird voice.
It shows. What shows? Are you going to show yourself to us? Are you going to stand in front of Dave so he can see you? What?
Something literally mapped as soon as you said that.
Oh my God. Are you going to stand in front of Dave so he can see you? What?
Something literally mapped as soon as you said that.
Oh my God. Who was that? Can you tell us your name? You know, there's a big storm coming here in just about an hour. It's not far away now, and we would love it if you could pull the energy from that storm and show yourself to us, or make something happen to show people that there is a possibility to communicate with us after you've passed on.
No way, man.
It said interested.
Yeah. That was clear as day.
Wow.
And that was the same one as before.
The man's voice that said it shows. A possibility to communicate with us after you've passed on.
No way, man.
It said interested.
Yeah.
We're interested too. Will you show the world that you're still here and you can still make things move and make things happen around us and speak to us?
We're getting ready to come upstairs. We have an instrument sitting in the floor there with a red light on it. If I count down from 3, can you try and touch that? 3, 2.
Someone watching.
1.
Touch the lights. Bastard.
Yeah. Ooh, that was creepy.
Who are you calling a bastard?
We're coming up. If you don't want us up there, let us know. We're gonna move in here and this is gonna be our house. Is that okay?
Are you f***ing serious, dude? That just said okay.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for sharing your house with us.
That was so cool.
That is wild. That's one of the most direct responses ever.
Yeah, through the Vox.
Yeah. Wow. Let's start in this room.
Okay. Can you stand in front of Dave so he can see you?
Ooh.
I saw that really fast, but I think it's just mapping the room.
Dude, did you hear that?
Yes.
That's Dave, is what I heard.
I heard it too. That's Dave. Yeah, so it's mapping the rocking horse there by accident whenever you only cut out half of it.
Yeah.
Okay, but it did say that's Dave.
Yeah, that was.
Well, yes, that's Dave right there. Mr. Walton. Mr. Walton, you built this house for your wife, Julia. And it's a beautiful home.
If any of the children are here, do you remember the thing that goes beep beep? It's out in the hallway. Can you try it?
We'd love it if you could make the thing go beep beep.
That is the same voice that keeps coming.
His office.
That had an accent. That was weird.
Here we come. It seems like, because we were getting intelligent answers and responses through Vox. I mean, as far as we know, none of the equipment has gone off. But right now it feels like the intelligent responses have stopped too, and then they're just like playing peekaboo with us.
Yeah.
What do you say we move back down to the first floor, because it seemed like we were getting more responses there, and we set up a different experiment and see what we can come up with down there in the parlor maybe.
Let's do it. Let's head down.
Let's head down there.
I don't have to do anything but just listen to this as white noise, right?
Right. This next session, we'll be doing something we've never done before. A combination of a ghost tube seer session and a solo session. Dave will be alone in the parlor, surrounded by equipment, while using ghost tube seer with the ghost tube lens. The lens is a VR headset that limits your sense of sight to only what images are being generated by seer, as it selects words based on environmental readings and runs them through an image generator. I will be monitoring Dave from the back dining room, using the house's security system. Not only will we be separated by space, but I'm also going to deprive him of his sense of hearing. He'll be wearing headphones, with loud white noise blasting into his ears from an unused radio frequency. Total isolation of his senses, to focus on seer, as I quietly ask questions from the other side of the house. When he sees an image, he'll describe what he sees, but you'll also be able to see it on screen, here. And just in case some sort of voice manifests through the blank white noise, we'll be recording that as well. Okay, so Dave is officially inside the seer.
Ooh, I heard a woman's voice say hello.
What? Remember, Dave is not listening to a sweeping spirit box. It is tuned to an unused frequency for the purpose of the white noise only. And just as we're getting started, a woman's or child's voice comes through the static, saying hello. Could we have just captured proof that this white noise allows spirit voices to come through? Take another listen.
What?
And let us know what you think in the comments below.
Ooh, I heard a woman's voice say hello. Ryan?
Yes.
The seer, white noise froze.
It froze?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, I'm coming.
Straight. Jess.
What? It just said Jess. The ovilus just said Jess. Nighttime.
All right, recording, headphones going on.
Okay. He has equipment all around him, as you can see in this room, in the parlor. And who knows what's going to happen. If there's anyone here with me, my name is Ryan. That's Dave in there in the parlor. He has this weird thing on his head. Can you go in there and stand next to him and give him words that will show him an image of what your life was like here at the Asher Walton house?
Lust. Mama.
Lust mama. There's also lots of lights and strange...
Will. Caress.
Caress. You can caress Dave if you'd like. Or you can use that white noise in his ears to speak to him. It's not sweeping, but he heard a woman's voice coming through that white noise. And that's the weird part. It's not sweeping through the spirit box. It's just set on one stagnant channel that has no radio signal coming through. So the fact he heard a woman's voice is bizarre.
Oh, generating. We've got a woman with very creepy mouth. She looks to have red makeup or BLOOD on her face.
Makeup or blood?
Very young woman.
Who is this woman? Is this Julia? If that's Julia, can you set the music off or touch one of the lights?
Felt. Things.
What did you feel?
I'm not sure if you're in here or just walked by or something, but I thought I felt the floor vibrating.
No, I was not walking at all.
Generating. Okay, we've got a middle-aged man with brown hair and a beard.
Is that Asher Walton? Mr. Walton, is that you?
And he's gone.
He's gone.
It wasn't until the moment I was editing this segment for the episode that I made a strange connection. Earlier in the day, Keith told us a story about an experience he had the very first time that he stepped into the Asher Walton house. An experience that happened in the foyer, just on the other side of the wall, directly behind Dave.
I walked in the front door and I was looking right at the next door, which has this red tinted stained glass, and I shined the flashlight up and I saw a face, distinct face, looking back at me through the red stained glass. And it was quite alarming because I actually thought somebody physically was in the house. And then it was gone. It was just gone in a split second. It was, a dark hair. I saw a dark beard. People think maybe I saw Asher Walton. I don't know that for sure. I just know it was a man and he had a beard and he was looking at me through the glass, plain as day.
I tell you what, they believe this doll right here has an attachment to it. That it went to multiple different owners who they believe didn't... Some. They believe they didn't want this doll because there was something attached to it. Show Dave an image of what is attached to that doll.
American. Telepathy. 9. Hunting.
I'm going to shut this off because it just keeps spitting out random words.
Generating.
Here we go.
Ooh. This is like a creepy looking demon face with a creepy mouth and what looks like worms or tentacles or snakes coming out of its eyes.
What in the hell?
That is very creepy.
If Dave is seeing what you look like, Can you touch one of those lights? Touch the thing on the couch. Make it light up. Can you show Dave who it was? Show Dave an image of who touched that woman's neck or who grabbed that woman by the neck.
Generating.
I wonder what it is.
It looks like a window and like the peak of a house with a window.
Is the woman in white here with us? Dave's only going to stay in for another 5 minutes. Show him that you exist. Show him that you can communicate with us and that you can hear our voice. This house is very beautiful, and we want to know about the woman in white. Is Julia the woman in white?
Generating.
There we go.
Oh, whoa. We've got an elderly lady sitting on a bed. Oh, I've got cold chills. An elderly woman in a white gown with white hair, short white hair, sitting on a bed. She looks to be at least 80 plus years old.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much.
And she's gone.
They would sit in the park across the street, and when nobody lived here, watching the curtains upstairs move, seeing a lady in white in the window upstairs.
He's all the way on the other side of the house. And what I asked directly was sent as a message to him through imagery. And I think that is fantastic. That is so cool.
It feels like it's getting cold in this room.
One of the main reasons why we wanted to show you this episode again in this marathon is because we found out new information about Julia Wolfe Walton. Now, we believe that she may have been the woman in white, which is why I had asked during the session if she was the woman in white. Is Julia the woman in white? What we found out is Julia Walton passed away at the age of 80.
She looks to be at least 80 plus years old.
This seer image that we captured is not only relevant because it is of a woman in a white dress when I was specifically asking about the woman in white seen in the window upstairs, but also this woman in a white dress appears to be elderly, about 80 years old.
An elderly woman in a white gown with white hair, short white hair.
And still to this day, nearly 2 years later, when we watch this footage back, it gives us chills. Are you right next to him? Are you beside him? Is that why it's so cold in there?
Okay, that's all my eyes can take.
Okay, I'm coming in there.
Okay.
After you saw the picture of the house with the thing, that reminded me of people seeing someone in the windows from the town.
Okay.
So I asked, Julia, are you the woman in white? And that's when you saw the woman in a white dress with white hair sitting on the bed.
Oh, wow. That is creepy.
And you'll see my reaction on the actual video because I about fell out of the chair. Wow, look at that. That is an elderly woman in a white dress.
And there's actually a window there.
In the window. Wow.
That's crazy.
All right, so Dave did his solo with the seer here in the parlor. I'm gonna be moving upstairs to do my solo on the second floor. I'm gonna be focusing to start with on the Tate room, where there have been a couple of people that have been scared out of here. I already have an action cam rolling on the hallway pointing into the Tate room. I have some pieces of equipment set up in here already, so.
All right, guys, so Ryan is heading upstairs to the Tate room. We can see him on screen now. He's just outside of the room.
Can you hear me okay, Dave?
I can hear you.
All right. That's me.
Okay, so Ryan has entered the Tate room.
Now, before I get started here, I wanted to comment on something because while Dave was doing the seer session, when I asked Julia if she was the woman in white, that image that popped up, what's very strange to me is it almost looks like that bed is sitting in front of this window right here.
True.
As though she's sitting down, daylight streaming in through this window right here, which is very, very creepy to me. Okay. I'm gonna sit right here to start with. If there's anyone in here with me, my name is Ryan. I'm up here by myself. There was a woman who they said had her throat grabbed. She was grabbed by the neck. Who was that?
If there are any spirits here in the Asher Walton house, can you please go up into the room where Ryan is? Go up there and let him know you're there. He has a bunch of devices set up for you to use. He'd like for you to come upstairs and try and use them.
Games.
Games. GhostTube said games.
I'm here to speak to whoever built or lives in this beautiful home.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth, if you're here, go up and talk to Ryan. Ed, we know that you like that toy that does all the beeping up there. Can you go show Ryan what it sounds like?
It's another man's voice right there. Who's the man that I'm hearing? My name's Ryan. Goodbye. Sound like it just said goodbye.
Can you close one of the doors up there?
I didn't understand this voice in the moment, but it sounds like a man says, "Here before?" Could this be an acknowledgement that someone recognizes us from when we were here in September 2021?
Can you close the door to the bedroom that my friend Ryan is in upstairs?
We come with the utmost respect to you in this house, and we would love to just get to know your story.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. It's twice it's said the name Elizabeth.
I'm gonna leave this in here for a second. I'm gonna take this REM pod and I'm gonna go to the Walton room because it just feels very quiet and just not, I don't feel anything in here.
Let's see if we can find out where he's going. There he is.
I always feel pulled to the nursery back here. There's just something about it. I always feel pulled to it. So here's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so he's getting set up in that room. Let's check back in with our other room. Elizabeth, you've come through twice now. I'm not sure who you are, but there's a room just at the top of the stairs with a bunch of devices in it. I would love if you could go up there and try and set one of those devices off.
And I'm gonna sit right here.
Okay, so you can see that Ryan is in here in the nursery.
If there's someone here with me in the nursery, my name is Ryan. I'd love for you to come out and speak to me. Are there any children here who want to talk?
Elizabeth, if you're here still, my friend Ryan is in the nursery off of the main bedroom. Could you go say hi to him through the radio?
The REM pod just went off. The REM pod just went off. Hello? I had a feeling that I should move in here. That is wild. I have chills. I have chills right now.
Elizabeth, if that's you that made the REM pod go off, can you do it again?
Who just set that off?
He told me.
He told me.
Whoa!
Dude, this is cool. This is cool.
Whoa! Who is this?
Elizabeth, tell him your name through the radio, please. Come on, you can do it.
Have you been waiting for me to come in here tonight? It is going nuts right now.
Elizabeth, tell him your
It
name.
is maxed out. Have you been waiting for me?
Can you make that go off again for him?
And now it's just stopped, and that extreme chill that I had is not here anymore. I don't feel that charge that I felt just a few minutes ago. I really do feel like tonight it's like we're playing hide and go seek with a child, because it's just like back and forth and back and forth. I wonder if I moved this back in here and then gave them a little bit of space to touch it. Can you touch that again for me? Whoa! Thank you. Did you just want me to leave?
Elizabeth, if that's you doing that, thank you.
Can you make it go all the way up to the highest light? Just grab a hold of it. Thank you. Do you like that light? Do you like those lights? Have you been hoping we'd bring them in there for you? Can you please come up and say something to me through this box in my hand if you're a child?
Okay, Elizabeth, if that's you, there's 2 doors in that room that Ryan is in. Can you
Thank you.
move one of the doors in that room?
It sounded like it just said, go sit down. Do you want me to come back? Wow. Can you step away from it, please? I'm going to ask you another question if you step back away from it. And you can light it up for the... If the answer to the question is yes, you can light it up again. How about that? And we can talk to each other that way. It is just absolutely going nuts. Can you step back, please? Come back over this way. Come here. Do you want me to sit down in there?
Quickly.
Scanning AM.
All right, I'm gonna come back in there and sit down again then. And you can show me how you play with these lights when I sit right down in front of it? Can you show me?
Elizabeth, if that's you, can you listen to Ryan? He's upstairs. He's trying to get you to turn the lights on again for him.
Where did you go? Are you still in this nursery with me? Ed, is that you?
You are annoying.
Well, that was very interesting.
Just called Ryan annoying.
I do not know why that REM pod was going off because we have not had any of our meters or equipment go off. Pretty much all night since we came back from abandonment, they've not made a peep. So that was really cool to set it in there and have it do that. And to do it on command and then to do it pretty consistently. Yeah, I don't know, but I am going to pack this stuff up, go back downstairs and meet up with Dave and see where we're gonna go from there.
Quickly.
Our first time ever investigating what is said to be Indiana's most haunted house.
Her and Roman did both pass in the house, as well as Alexander and Elizabeth and the baby.
There's also a lot of legend, and we want to know what's true and what's not. Oh my God, hold on.
Are we able to choose if our spirit stays here or goes to peace?
Wow. I hear music.
Whole tripwire just lit up right there in front of me.
Here we come. Ooh, candle just came right back on.
That was 2 confirmations.
Whoa. I was hearing a man speaking over here. That was creepy. Wow.
Was that you?
Hold on. I thought I just heard a voice come through here and say the name of this house. Something just moved on the stairs right here.
All right, Ryan, we are here back in Indianapolis, Indiana, one of our favorite places that we've probably spent more time in than our own home state.
I know, Indiana, and we are here, our first time ever investigating what is said to be Indiana's most haunted house.
That's right.
The Hannah House here in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah.
This place has a long history, built in the late 1850s. It passed through multiple families, and actually, the one family that bought it from the Hannahs still owns it to this day.
Yeah, since 1899.
Which is just crazy. And I mean, this place is so well preserved. It is beautiful. And the stories of the history and the people that lived here and passed away here have left a mark on this house that they believe generates paranormal activity. For decades, paranormal investigators have come here to try and capture paranormal activity. And we're finally here tonight.
Yeah, we've heard about this place for a long time. We're excited to be here.
So I think to start off with, we should get a walkthrough from Erica so she can tell us everything about this house, the history, the people that lived here, the people that passed away here. There's a lot of history here, but there's also a lot of legend, and we want to know what's true and what's not, so we know what to expect on our investigation tonight.
Absolutely.
So let's get started, and let's investigate Indiana's most haunted house.
The Hannah House, let's go.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Hannah House. It was built in 1858 by Alexander Hannah. For the cost of the materials, the bricks, was about $500 to $550. He started off with 240 acres. And he was also the postal clerk and sheriff here, and he collected tolls because the road originally went through his property, so he collected tolls for people to cross.
Oh, okay.
Now, Alexander married Elizabeth Jackson in about 1872. They had a baby that was stillborn in 1875, we want to say. Alexander, Elizabeth, and their baby are all buried in Crown Hill Cemetery. We call her Hazel. One of the original owners that has since passed away had a thing for flea markets, auctions, and stuff like that, but we think that came from another family member's house, and we've just affectionately called her Hazel. And that is a post-mortem picture.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Her eyes are drawn on. It is kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth passed away, I would say, 1888. She was about 52 years old.
Okay.
Alexander passed away in 1895. And the house remained empty because subsequently he didn't have any heirs. Mm-hmm. That's when Roman Ayler popped in at about 1899 after he married Maria Cordepeter. And Roman Ayler was a jeweler who had a shop downtown. He was a watchmaker by trade. This is one of his clocks.
And that's the family that still is in.
Yes, it's still in the family today.
Still in the Ayler family.
And if you take a good look at it.
Oh yeah. Wow. Interesting.
And Alexander Hannah, kind of jumping back and forth with him, was a little bit ahead of his time. He liked to save money, even though he had money. He put cheaper wood in the middle and bought the area rugs.
Look at that. That is smart, though.
Yep.
You know, because who's going to see that part of the floor if you just put a rug on it, right?
Yep, that was a way of saving money.
Yeah.
From reports, Alexander Hannah was a short man. Because even this is short for me, and I'm a shorty. So I do ask that you hold on to the rails on your way up.
Okay. I guess the next shortest.
This is what we call Grandma's room.
Wow.
That is Maria Lizetta Cortepeter Ayler. She was Roman Ayler's wife. She passed in 1933, but this is her furniture.
Original to her?
Original to her.
Wow. Is it believed that Grandma passed in the bed? Or?
Oh, yeah, she did pass in the house.
Okay.
Her and Roman did both pass in the house, as well as Alexander and Elizabeth and the baby.
Okay.
Their funerals, Roman and Maria's funerals, were actually held here in the house.
Okay.
And the attic, you are allowed access to the attic, so I will open it up. It's not too much, it's usable space.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard too much for it. I mean, it's just a simple attic.
Okay.
So you guys can determine what you feel about it.
Any idea if it was mostly used for storage, or is there any use for...
It's a good possibility, since it's purported that the house was part of the Underground Railroad, that they may have hidden slaves up there. There's no documentation of it, so I can't set that in stone. But Alexander Hanna was a staunch abolitionist. He hated slavery.
Right.
That's why him and Lincoln got along so well. And this is what we call the Lincoln Room.
Okay, this looks like almost like an office in a way.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Did Lincoln ever visit here?
With Alexander Hanna being a state legislator, assemblyman, I would assume that at some point in time he had some interaction with Lincoln. But I love this bookcase. All the books were probably during, probably more like Romina's early days, because some of them are not anywhere near being 125 years old or 165 years old.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's cool.
The secret passageway.
Well, I think that was added in for one of the ladies that was the lady of the house, whether it been Elizabeth or Maria or Romina, just for some place to be able to sit and write, read.
It's hard to tell.
I tell you what, I want one of those in my house one day. I want a secret passageway door. The hidden door behind the bookshelf.
And if you look here, you can see the seam. It does go all the way across. Originally, there was a room here.
Okay.
And you can even see it across the ceiling there. Rumor has it that it was built for the Hanna's baby who did not survive, and that it was connected to this room. We believe, or I should say I believe, that this particular bedroom was actually the Hanna's bedroom.
Right, so master and then a nursery off the master. Gotcha.
You ready, Dave?
No.
I know I'm ready for the basement, but Dave
And if you get a good look at the stairs from here, their original stairs, you can see the worn pattern on it.
Oh, yeah.
Just from so many years of being walked up and down on.
That's incredible.
You ready?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Dave has a very strong arachnophobia.
Oh. This side of the basement's going to be used for the haunted house attraction.
Okay.
So it is kind of obscured right now. Now the lady that you saw in the picture upstairs, Grandma, Maria Ayler, and her daughter Romina Elder, probably during the 1920s, canned all these.
Wow.
It's a possibility that even after, Maria passed, that Romina carried on and continued to can some as well. So some could be as late as the 40s.
It's really cool.
I wonder if any of it's still edible.
I would venture to say probably not. Now, I'm sure that you heard the story on the internet, and if you've ever taken our historic tour in the past or anything, or if you read our website, there's a reported story, there's no documentation of it anywhere, Like I said, Alexander Hanna was a staunch abolitionist, couldn't stand slavery. Most of them would hide down here, but there was a story that several slaves were down here hiding. They had fallen asleep. The floor was dirt and straw at that time.
Right.
A lantern, much like the one you see here, got kicked over, set the straw on fire. They did not wake up in time to get out. So subsequently, multiple slaves did pass. But we don't have a way of documenting it.
Right.
So we don't want to put that out there because people are trying to say that they're buried here. There's no way of knowing that for sure.
Okay.
There's just no way.
Okay.
So with that particular story, that's not something, like you said, that actually can be documented. So it's not history, but it's...
As far as the slaves, yeah.
Yeah.
Just folklore.
Yeah, it's something that you'll see on the internet. You'll hear a lot of people talk about it. So that way, you know, when you get into your investigation, you can be like, hey, that's something that we need to, you know, research a little deeper, because there's no documentation one way or the other.
Right.
Okay.
It's really hard to find that.
Yeah.
With that being said, are there any questions? I mean, I hope I didn't get too chatty for you.
No, absolutely. It was awesome. Thank you so much. We're excited to get started with the investigation. And yeah, this place, we've heard so many stories about it. And for decades, it's been considered to be one of the most interesting historical and haunted places near Indianapolis. So
yeah.
You ready to get started, Dave?
I'm ready. Let's get this stuff set up and get to it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, everyone, we are getting ready to leave the Hanna house here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Completely empty. 3 cameras set up, and actually at Erica's advice. We have a camera here in the basement. This is an area where people capture a lot of strange and unusual things. It's rumored that this was a stop on the Underground Railroad, and that there could have been runaway slaves that were hid out down here. The other cameras are, at Erica's request, Grandma's room, Mrs. Ayler's room, and they say they catch a lot of activity from her in there. And then in the attic, an area where they also said that they could have possibly hid some runaway slaves. And there's some other activity and strange things that happen there. So,
a lot of good potential for this abandonment. I'm hoping we get something.
Me too. Let's go ahead and hit the road.
Let's go.
See what happens when we leave cameras alone inside one of Indiana's most haunted houses.
That's right. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
We're leaving! Way too much drama. The REM pod the millimeter just went off.
Thank you for the applause.
Way too much drama.
I know. Gotta love that drum.
We'll be back, guys.
We're back. We are back. All right, Ryan.
All right, Dave.
It's solo time.
It is. We're starting off our investigation here at the Hannah house by splitting up. You're going to go up to the attic, an area where there's been a lot of paranormal activity and reports of seeing figures, and I'm going to be going down to the basement, probably one of the more infamous areas of the Hannah house that has had paranormal activity reported in it. So we're going to be alone in each separate part of the house, as far away from each other as we possibly can get.
That's right. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Good luck up there.
Oh yeah, good luck with all the spiders down there.
The spiders and I are friends. I don't mind the spiders.
You can have them. All right.
Up you go.
Don't be locking me in either.
I could if I wanted to.
I know. All right, here we go. All right.
Here we go. Down to the basement. Shut the door behind me so there's less noise. All right.
All right, you guys, I'm just now getting started here with my solo. Ooh, REM pod is going off. Okay, I'm just now getting started. I got everything set up, and I am in the attic here at the Hannah house. Ryan is down in the basement. We're just going to go ahead and get started with these solos and see if we can make any type of communication with somebody here in the attic of the Hannah house. So if there are any spirits here, up here in the attic, my name is Dave, and my friend Ryan is also in the house. Right now, he's down in the basement. And we've come a long way to talk to you. And we're just curious if you have anything to say. I've set up a couple of devices up here. They've got bright lights on them. Some purple, some red. And supposedly you can try and interact with those if you can hear me.
All right. So I am here inside the Hannah house in the basement by myself. I have some equipment set up throughout this basement here. On the table beside me, over here is a candle that detects EMF, and when that candle detects EMF, it will actually shut off and then turn back on. So it changes the illumination on and off when it is triggered by some sort of EMF. So we'll know that something is getting close to that candle, or there's some sort of EMF coming in contact with that candle. Right over here, I have the paranormal music box set up in the doorway pointed out into the area where the stairs are, where the entryway to the basement is. So anything that moves in this little area out here would trigger that to play music. So the piccolo, which is an EMF music box, is actually there on the chair, and an EMF that comes in contact with it will cause it to play music, to play a tune. And then another REM pod right over here on that chair. So if there's anyone here with me, anyone that wants to talk, my name is Ryan. And I've come a long way to come and speak to you. I've heard that this house has... Hello? Well, I thank you if anyone touched that. Can you touch it again to let me know that you're here? Also, there's a candle right over there. You can blow that candle out if you get close to it. Could you do that for me? Okay. Well, my name is Ryan, and I don't mean you any harm.
So again, my name is Dave. Would you be willing to tell me what your name is? Whoa. The whole tripwire just lit up right there in front of me. Are you trying to figure out how to use that thing? When you died, how come you chose to... Whoa. How come you chose to come back here and have your spirit stay here in this house? Did you love this house that much? Whoa. Thank you. Okay. Now, like I did say, to touch these devices to confirm for yes, so that's amazing that you loved this house so much that you decided to come back and still spend time here after you've passed away. Tripwire. Are you happy that there are people still taking care of your house? Do you spend a lot of time up here in the attic?
I heard that this was an area where they would hide people that were searching for freedom on what was called the Underground Railroad. Is that true? I'm not here to expose anyone. In fact, I am very happy that there were kind people back then that would help you find your way to freedom. And if there was some situation that caused you to not make it out of here, I'm so sorry to hear that. I want you to have freedom as well. I think everyone should have freedom. That sound that I'm hearing must be coming from some other part. It's from the road, maybe? I don't know, that there's like this really deep thump, 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 thump rattling sound. You can touch that candle right there. And that candle will go out. You can extinguish the flame on that candle. Is there anyone here with me?
Can you hear me talking to you? Remember, if you can, light these up for yes. Can you hear me talking? Oh, thank you. Tripwire just lit up. Okay. Well, thank you to whoever is communicating with me. I really appreciate it. I don't know how this works. None of us know how this works until we pass on, right? But while we're alive, that's the number one thing we want to know. It's what happens to us when we die, so that's why I'm here. To maybe get some of those answers for myself and for the people who are watching. This thing I'm holding in my hand, maybe you don't know what it is, it's a camera, and it documents everything that I'm doing. And I'm able to take that information and show it to people all over the world. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So with that being said, that's why I'm up here in the attic and throughout the house trying to talk to you, okay? I don't mean any disrespect or anything. Can you tell me, after we die, do we go somewhere peaceful? Do we go to a different dimension? Are we able to choose if our spirit stays here or goes to peace? Okay. I'm going to ask that one more time just to be sure. When we die, do we get the choice of our spirit staying here or choosing eternal peace? Wow. Wow. Thank you. That was 2 confirmations.
Now, this part back here is an area where they have set up for their Halloween attraction, which is coming up here in a couple of months. So this part has been sectioned off for the Hannah House's Halloween attraction. Rolling EVP session, Hannah House. Placing the recorder over here on the chair. Stepping away. If there's someone here with me, can you walk up to that and leave your voice on it? It's not going to hurt you. I know it may look strange, but it's just a way for me to be able to hear your voice. My name is Ryan. What's your name? What brought you here to this house of Mr. Hannah? The Hannah family. We heard Mrs. Hannah there was a tragedy that happened. Something that broke her heart. Are you happy here? Do you choose to stay here? Can you choose to stay here? ending.
Are you the man who built this house, Mr. Hannah? Is it upsetting to you that they let people in your house? Okay, so that was very interesting, guys. I was getting a lot of direct responses there, and I haven't had anything since. So, call that what you will. Oh, thank you. So is this Mr. Hannah? I'm going to walk over here now. And somebody, whoever this is, has been communicating with me with this red light. And I'm curious. There's one right over here on the banister of the stairs. I'll give you some space. Would you be willing to go and touch that one? To let me know that you're here? Can you do that for me? Okay. Yep. That's the idea, but there's one right over here by the steps where you come up into the attic. Can you try that one?
All right, I have a box right here in my hand that I believe you can use to speak to me. Ooh, wait, the candle's off. Did someone get near that candle? Did you see how it went out? I didn't even notice when that went out. That was probably a long time ago. A little bit ago, someone touched this light right here. Who was that? Is anyone from the Ayler family here? They say they see Mrs. Ayler in the house here. Did they use this as a stop on the Underground Railroad down here? Did they hide people running for their freedom?
Are you able to see the way that the world has changed since you were here? Or do you see nothing at all? Maybe you can only hear me. I want to do exactly what I just did. Okay, it was not me moving. So you can only hear me, is that correct? Whoa. Is it your spirit that is here? Wow. Whoa. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. This is pretty cool, you guys. You know, by communicating with me like this, or at least I think you are, you're helping a lot of people understand things. So thank you for that.
Could someone please light the candle again for me? If you get close to it, it'll light. The flame will come back. What's the name of the man who built this house? Whoa. Who's the man's voice I'm hearing? Ooh, the same man's voice just came through. Hello, sir. Whoa, it just said hey. Are you over here? I'm gonna go get the camera, and then I'll be back, okay? All right. Oh my God, hold on. I was hearing a man speaking over here, and when I said I'm gonna go get the camera, another voice came through and said, all right. That was creepy. I'm gonna go get the camera, and then I'll be back, okay? All right. All right. Oh my God, hold on. That was so cool. Hello, is there someone here? How many of you are down here?
I would like to say that this is a beautiful house that you have here. So I understand why you come back here. I wouldn't want to leave this house either if I lived here. Well, it seems to have gone quiet, you guys. Was that you? Can I come back over and say just a couple more things to you? Ask you a couple more things? Would that be all right? Since I can't hear you, are you a man? Is this a lady I'm talking to? Okay. Well, thank you for talking to me, ma'am. Are you happy here? I hope you're happy here. Is your spirit stuck here? I'd love it if you could keep talking to me. Would you be willing to do that for a little bit? If not, that's okay.
I'm over here on the other side of the basement now. Can you say the name of the man now who built this house just so I know you can hear me? I don't mean to intrude or to be rude. I don't want you to feel like you have to talk to me, but I just come here as a friendly man who wants to hear your story.
But I'm gonna have to go for now. I'm gonna be going downstairs. You're welcome to follow me down there. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pack this stuff up and head back down and meet up with Ryan and see if he had any luck down there in the basement trying to make communication with some of the spirits that are apparently here in the Hannah house.
Do you know where you are right now? Hold on. I swear, I'll have to listen back and replay that because I said, do you know where you are? And I thought I heard a very quick, almost woman's voice say, Hannah House? Do you know where you are right now? Hold on. I thought I just heard a voice come through here and say the name of this house. Is that true? Is that what I heard? Are you in this room again now? Coming in? Are you in here now? Thank you for answering my question. I just want to know if you can see me. Can you say yes if you can see me?
Well, I appreciate you talking with me, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take that device and take it downstairs with me. Is that okay? Okay. You know, if you really try and pick that thing up, there's more than one color on there. It changes, it'll like turn purple and yellow. You want to see that? You could try that real quick before I pick it up. Yeah, keep trying. Okay. If you're still watching, though, if you can still see, look at these colors on here. See all of this? I'll walk away, and I'll see if you want to try it. What do you think? You want to give that a try? I'll turn my light off. Maybe that's... You want to give that a try? Little more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and collect that now and head downstairs. I really do appreciate you talking to me.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack up this stuff and meet back up with Dave and see what we can capture on the other floors. Let's go find Dave and see what the rest of the Hannah house has to offer. Hopefully he got something in the attic. Maybe he had more visitors than I did. I don't know. But let's gather this stuff up and go find Dave. Which one was that?
Downstairs.
Whoa, that one's going off.
Hello?
Rolling. Audio.
Dave, audio rolling, second session.
Do you like that thing down there? You can touch it. You can keep messing with it. It's just a way for us to know that you're here.
Guys, we're still getting set up here. Alright guys, so we're just getting set up here. Oop, there it goes again. We're trying to get set up here for our second session. And the REM pod down on the first floor is alarming. So that is quite interesting.
I really didn't have any REM pod activity in the basement at all.
You didn't?
No. It went off once very briefly, and that was it.
Interesting. Well, I had some pretty good communication up there in the attic, and I asked whoever was up there if they wanted to, they could follow me downstairs. Was that you? Did you follow me down here?
Light that up if you followed Dave down from the attic. Can you touch that again and make the lights turn on?
Remember, we talked about it. I told you and taught you how to do it.
Can you light that up if you followed me up here from the basement like I asked you to? I hear music.
Yeah, I did too. What was it? Was that her phone? Let's go check and see if that was her phone.
Thank you. It's the Mel. And the candle's off already too.
Oh, wow. That wasn't the music box.
No. Erica? Can you light that up if you followed me up here from the basement like I asked you to? I hear music.
Yeah, I did too. What was it? Was that her phone?
Did you hear music out here?
Is her phone ringing?
She said no, she didn't hear music, and your phone wasn't ringing or anything?
In my pocket.
That was weird. That was straight up. It sounded like, I don't know, what would you say that sounded like?
I mean, it kind of sounded adjacent to the music box, but it's not the same thing.
Right, it wasn't the music box at all. And there's not like loud wind chimes out here, is there?
No, we just got a couple of little ones floating around.
Is that it?
Whatever that is.
Yeah, see wind chimes.
Oh, okay.
Wind chimes up there.
So they are wind chimes. Okay,
Okay.
good. We heard that and kind of started to freak out because we're like, do you hear music? All right, debunked. Wind chimes outside.
Wind chimes.
But that's interesting though. According to the Melmeter, it seems like someone followed me up from the basement.
Right.
Well, thank you if you followed me upstairs from the basement.
Do you like Ryan?
If you do, there's music. You can make the music play right here. Stand in front of this and I'll show you. If you walk right here. Do you hear that? You can do that yourself.
Want to head back up and start up there?
Yeah. We'll leave you to this stuff. It's all yours.
But you can follow us up here too if you want to come up and talk. Okay. All right, guys, so just to say it again, we did confirm that those were wind chimes out on the balcony here. But something was still messing with that Melmeter down there.
Yeah. Now, before we get started and too far into this, I wanted to point out that right here in what they call Grandma's room, this is Mrs. Ayler's bedroom. There's a photo of her in there, a dedication to her. In this room, we have what we call the electro-Ushi stereophonic EMF microphone. And so it can hear in frequencies the human ear cannot, essentially being able to hear energy and electricity. And we had some interesting things when equipment went off, strange things happened. If something messes with our equipment, we might be able to hear the energy that is messing with it.
Yes. Very interesting device.
There it is again.
Yes.
There's those wind chimes.
If the camera downstairs is hearing that, it is a wind chime. Go right here and point this up. That was me whispering, sir. Whomever was upstairs, you had a decent amount of things to communicate to me about. You answered my questions. But I did just remember
What?
that I asked if they would follow me downstairs and I got no response. So,
Oh.
interesting that. I don't know.
That they didn't? That they said they weren't going to follow you?
Mm-hmm. But it's so very weird how none of that's going off now.
Mm-hmm. Did you follow us up here? Is it okay if we come into your room, Mrs. Ayler? I'm going to set up this box right here, and we believe that you can put your voice on this, and we might even be able to hear you. So when I set this up, Can you speak as loudly as you can into this so that we can hear your voice? EVP session, Hannah House, Mrs. Ayler's room. And we're all set. Mrs. Ayler, should we call you that? Maria, or should we call you Grandma? Which do you prefer? Erica told us that you sometimes like to talk to guests. And that's what we are. We're just guests in your house. But we want to know about your life. If you're still here to tell us.
Do you come back and visit your house here?
Can you see us right now? Can you see where we are?
Are you happy that they're taking care of your home?
Ending?
EVP session, Hannah House, Mrs. Ayler's room. And we're all set. Mrs. Ayler, should we call you that? Maria, or should we call you Grandma? Which do you prefer?
Nothing vocal that I could tell. Interesting. Well, we're going to go out of your room, Grandma, Mrs. Ayler. Feel free to grab a hold of that thing that's on your vanity. We heard, unfortunately, the Hannah family lost their child, and that they had built this to be a nursery right here, or at least that's what they assumed this was going to be. Mrs. Hannah, are you up here? You can move things, you can touch us, you can do anything that you can to let us know that you're here if you want to speak to us. Dave thought he felt you touch him earlier.
I did, yeah. Thought I felt you touch my side. Was that you?
Whoa.
Well,
Did the music box chime there? I thought I heard something that sounded like the music box.
if it did, I didn't hear it. Who was it that was touching that red light downstairs? How come you stopped? I also put one in this room over here on the mantle. It's got a bright red light. Can you try and touch that? We only came here to talk to y'all, so we'd love it if you would come out and talk to us. See, right there on the mantle, there's a red light.
It's odd how quiet it's gone.
Well, I think it comes back to our theory of the alleged witching hour being the most, well, we're not quite there, but
No, not quite. But yeah, we've always found that later in the night that it gets, the less activity we get. It's like right after sunset is when we get the most activity.
absolutely. Hello?
Is there someone downstairs? Where'd you go? If you went back to the basement, you can come back up and speak to us. We're coming down to talk to you. Something just moved on the stairs right here.
Really?
Yes. Keep walking. It was very clearly like something stepping on a floorboard.
Oh, wow, I didn't even hear it.
Something just moved on the stairs right here. Thank you. That thing with the green light that you were making light up down there, if you really want to, you can knock that onto the ground. Or can someone go back over and light the candle again? Because someone blew it out. Keep trying. Can you knock it off of there? We don't mind, that's why we brought it. You want to go down? I tell you what, you want to play hide and seek? Are there any children here? If you want to, I'll count to 10, and then when I come to find you, you can make a loud sound to let me know where to look. And then I'll come find you. The tripwire just went off. I saw a flash of light out of the corner of my eye.
It may have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not, here we come. Ooh, candle just came right back on. That was
Odd
creepy.
timing.
That was very odd timing. Can you make a loud sound so we know where to look for you? The wind's really picking up outside.
Yeah. I think for once it might happen. I'm not allowed to say it, but it might happen.
You mean it might actually storm?
It might.
If a heavy storm rolls in, we'll have to shut the REM pods off because it's just going to contaminate the actual devices. But are you in here? That was me.
Okay.
Are you in here?
All that was me. We're in the men's parlor here. Can we get a cigar? Mr. Hannah, we heard that you tried to save a couple of dollars by just installing carpet here in the middle instead of the expensive wood. That was a smart idea. If you want to come in and have a cigar with us, can you touch that green light out there again? Wow. Wow. Nice. All right, let's go in here and have a cigar then. Let's all gather around and have a smoke session.
I don't think they called it a smoke session back then.
I don't know how you do cigars. Come on in. Is that Mr. Hannah? I forgot I had that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we could turn it on. Use it.
Oh, yeah, we could actually use it.
Instead of using it to prop the camera up. Oh, I forgot I had this piece of equipment right here that answers yes or no questions. Let me use it to prop the camera up. Ooh.
Nice.
Do you like that? Is this Mr. Hannah that we're talking to? Right here on the chair, there's a box that we think you can use your energy to answer yes and no. On the left, the green light will turn on for yes, and on the right, the red light will turn on for no. Can you try that for us? Can you make one of those lights turn on by getting close to that box? Wow.
Nice.
Thank you. That held for a second, too.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. Is this Mr. Hannah here in the parlor?
Is this Grandma? Is this Marie?
Maybe this is Mr. Roman Ayler. Is there anybody here?
Someone earlier said that they followed Ryan up from the basement. Are you here? Interesting. We just want you to come in and talk to us if you can, if you want to have a conversation and talk. Or if you don't, can you show us that you're here and you can hear us by blowing out that candle? We can see it. So if you can, try and blow that candle out.
If you'd like for us to leave so you can go to bed, just blow that candle out and we'll pack up and we'll leave your house. We don't want to be a nuisance. Strange.
It really is.
It started out so much energy and so much going on, you know. And then you had the Mel meter going off down here and the REM pod went off upstairs at the foot of the stairs from the attic. And, you know, that wasn't the storm because the storm is just now getting ready to move into the area.
Yeah.
You know, so the Hannah house has fallen silent. So the family's history is cloaked in tragedy.
I just know it's going to be a good night.
I've heard there's a portal up here, a spiritual portal. At least that's what people believe.
Rituals.
Whoa. They believe that light being on in the cupola angers the spirit of the bounty hunter.
I see something over there by that tree. I can't make out what it is.
Wow.
I think something moved that camera rig.
Are you serious?
I think so.
There's footsteps back here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm hearing them here too. What was that?
He's back.
Ooh, was that a...
For the first time in 7 years, we are getting ready to investigate Prospect Place. And for the first time ever, Jason is going to get to investigate Prospect Place. Are you excited?
Looking forward to it.
We've been here multiple times, and in the past, we actually captured one of the most interesting pieces of paranormal evidence down in the basement, which we'll get to later. But until then, let's walk into this house and go through not only the history, but also the claims of activity, the things we experienced, the things we captured on our past investigation. But before we do that, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications. And if you want to support us, hit that like button and share the video with your friends and family. Let's do this.
Let's go check it out. You ready, Jason?
Let's do it.
The man who built this mansion was the 13th child of his family. Many believe this would bring bad luck, and maybe it did. Death always came in multiples for his family. His parents died less than 2 weeks apart. His first wife and 2 of his children died in rapid succession.
And the mansion itself had to almost be built twice as it caught fire and burned to the ground during its first construction. But he'd combat this unlucky reputation with perseverance, determination, and strength of character.
I remember the last time we were here in 2015, there was a giant lightning storm as soon as we got here, and that kind of set the stage for that investigation.
That was quite the storm. I know the atmosphere changed a whole bunch when we were here, and we ended up getting some pretty crazy stuff. Oh my God, my flashlight went off. Oh my God, my flashlight's blinking.
Holy f***. Oh my God. Who's down here with me? I got chills all over my body right now. Holy sh**.
Swear to God, someone pulled the back of my hoodie.
Prospect Place, the mansion, was completed in 1856. And it was built by a man named G.W. Adams, who was one of America's most well-known abolitionists. They say he helped use this house to guide runaway slaves north to freedom. But there's other reasons why this house has paranormal activity. The family's history is cloaked in tragedy, multiple family members dying in frequency, back to back to back. And they say the Adams family may haunt this house. And G.W. Adams, that man who built the house, the patriarch of this family, died in the house.
Yes.
And he died right in this room behind me here. So let's walk back and take a look at it. And it was this room?
Yes.
Ooh. That's weird.
Do you notice something?
Yeah, there's like a very strong energy shift in this room.
When I didn't say anything earlier, but when Dave and I came in on the walkthrough, as soon as we came through the threshold of the door, I got this tension, almost like a tension headache from the side. I didn't say anything, but I felt that.
As soon as I walked into this room, I could tell there was something different about the aura of this place.
After the death of G.W. Adams, his $14 million estate was divided between his wife Mary, who moved to Zanesville, Ohio, and his remaining children. The actual structure of Prospect Place would go to his daughter Anna and her husband, William Cox.
One of the famous stories of the Adams family was Anna Adams Cox lost both her youngest daughter, Constance, as well as her husband, William. Lived here by herself in heartbreak until she finally fell, broke her hip, and then died of pneumonia. People believe her spirit is here as well.
Some say William Cox went to Canada on a business trip and died under mysterious circumstances. But records show that he may have moved to California and started a new life, leaving Anna alone, confused and heartbroken, until her dying day.
The fact that this was their home and the family's lived here for so many years, the amount of time they spend in here, that could contribute to better chance of getting residual activity as well.
Absolutely. Was this the one that, Jason, she said they used as a nursery?
I believe it was.
Yeah, so there was a lot of children in and out of this room, a lot of energy, a lot of what, they claimed to be activity in this room.
This is also the room the first time we were here where Steve and I were investigating after you started to feel ill. And Steve and I were investigating right here. I was standing over in this area and Steve was standing in this doorway. And it was like something went, or just a loud sound that we couldn't explain.
Is anybody in
here?
Holy What was that?
That wasn't you?
No.
But it was in this room also when we started that first investigation that we heard the footsteps above our head inside the ballroom.
Right.
And we were the only 3 people in the building, but it made us question that. We had to go up and look because we thought someone else was in the building with us.
Yeah. Well, once again, we're the only 3 people in the building. Should we go up to the ballroom and take a look?
Let's go take a look.
Let's do it.
Not only do people experience the residual haunting of the lavish parties the family once held in this huge ballroom, but also, there are stories of something far more mysterious.
As we move up here to the ballroom, one of the main stories about Prospect Place was the years when it was abandoned, how so many people from the local community or people even traveled here just to break in, and you can see as we go up the stairs the amount of carvings in the plaster, and you'll see 1986, 1978 still carved here on the wall like it happened yesterday. But there's also stories in that time when it was abandoned and people were breaking in of occult rituals on this 3rd floor ballroom, which included animal sacrifice from what they say. So it has caused some suspicious paranormal activity that people have picked up on.
Yeah.
These are just rumors, but these rumors and the paranormal activity had a previous owner so scared that they painted a cross on the wall to combat any negative energy that may come from these potential occult rituals. Some paranormal investigators believe that the rituals may have opened a spirit portal here in this ballroom.
I remember when we were investigating up here on our first investigation 8 or 9 years ago, we heard very distinct whistling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Is that you, Dave? No. Is that you, Dave? No.
Yeah, that was... I had forgotten about that. That was very strange. Very strange.
It's important to remember that G.W. Adams threw these lavish parties publicly for many to see, but at the same time he was secretly using the mansion as a stop on the Underground Railroad, a safe haven for people fleeing to freedom.
As the story goes, during the years when this was used on the Underground Railroad, the cupola was a very important part of that process. The cupola was only lit up when it was going to alert the slaves that it was safe to come to or from the house. And so they say that when you're here, if you light up this cupola at night, some crazy stuff happens over in the barn. And that's because of who they believe haunts the barn.
Yes.
You want to go over there and talk about who they believe haunts the barn?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, the last time we were here, I had a crazy experience while I was in there. And yeah, I'm interested to see if something like that happens again tonight. So let's go check it out.
While the story of the barn is undocumented, it isn't something that anyone at the time would document anyway. If it would have been written down, it could have meant the arrest or execution of multiple people who lived and worked at Prospect Place.
The last time we were here, you were chosen to do a solo mission out here in this barn.
I already was a little creeped out by the story of the bounty hunter. Back then I was a little more skittish, a little more on edge about things. And I came out here with a flashlight and had just put brand new batteries in it. Came out here and I could sense or like hear in my head like whatever spirit was out here talking to me. And all of a sudden the flashlight started flickering and then it completely died. Okay, they're inside. My flashlight's dying. Oh my god, my flashlight went off. Oh my god, my flashlight's blinking. Nope. I'm done. And I threw it down on the ground and took off like a little baby. And yeah, it was very interesting and very frightening at the time.
And as the story goes, a bounty hunter came to Prospect Place one day to try and uncover the Underground Railroad operation that G.W. Adams had going on here. Some of the farmhands that worked for him did not take too kindly to this bounty hunter's presence, brought him out here to the barn and strung him up and hanged him. And many people believe that the spirit of the bounty hunter is still here. People encounter a very strong and overwhelming male presence in this barn.
While the story of the bounty hunter can't be validated, the paranormal experiences that many paranormal investigators have can be. Hopefully later, when we light up the cupola, the bounty hunter will make his presence known.
On our first investigation here, we set up an abandonment session like we always do, where we leave cameras set up throughout the location and leave to see what's picked up when it's completely empty. One of the cameras was down here at the end of this hallway in the basement. Now this door is held shut by springs as well as being very heavy. If this was the wind, generally what you would hear is probably something like this. But that's not what we picked up. It shuts again.
There's a number of reasons for paranormal activity to occur in this basement. This is the part of the house where the refugees on the Underground Railroad would hide. There's also the story of a girl who died in the cold of winter when the ground was frozen solid and her body had to be stored down here until spring when the ground thawed. Along with the years and years of history of the Adams family living and dying in this house. It's no wonder that Prospect Place is believed to be one of the most haunted mansions in Ohio.
I just think that there is so much history and so much potential here for us to capture something tonight. Again, like we have the past few times that we've been here, and I'm excited for Jason to get to experience this place after dark.
I just know it's going to be a good night. I can tell this is going to be a good night. We got our work cut out for us. Another good location, you can already tell. I can already tell.
Let's set up the abandonment equipment and get this investigation started.
Let's do it.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. This is July 31st, 2022. Ryan, Dave, and I were at Prospect Place. This audio for abandonment test cam audio is on the first floor. By the stairs, got a camera on it. Going on the bench. Right here in the hallway, audio for abandonment.
We're leaving!
Our abandonment sessions occur when we leave a location completely empty, to see if any paranormal activity occurs when no one's around to see it. We've set up 4 cameras, and our equipment throughout Prospect Place. The mansion is empty for about 1 hour. What you're about to see occurred while we were gone.
right, guys. Well, we're ready to start the investigation here at Prospect Place. We still don't know what we got on abandonment, but to start with, we wanted to up the intensity. We wanted to start with solo missions. We're gonna split up. Jason, you're gonna be down here in the basement with the SLS camera. Dave, you're gonna go out into the barn while I go up to the 3rd floor ballroom. Now, the reason I wanna go to the 3rd floor ballroom is not only because that's where they believe the occult rituals took place, but also after we get set up in about 10 or 15 minutes, I am going to turn on a light in the cupola, which was the signal to anyone who was seeking refuge here at the house that it was safe to come and go. They believe that that light being on in the cupola angers the spirit of the bounty hunter. Since you're gonna be out there in the barn, I'm gonna turn that light on and see if the activity changes for you.
Yes.
I'm excited. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
You ready to get started, guys?
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, good luck, fellers.
Same to you.
All right. You headed to the barn?
I'm headed to the barn.
I'm headed back upstairs to the ballroom.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on the FLIR here.
Hello, my name is Jason. I'm just here to visit with you for a little while tonight. Can you tell me your name? I come with the utmost respect. I mean you no harm.
All right, guys, so I am out here in the barn where several years ago, the last time we were here, I had a crazy experience. My flashlight's dying. Oh my God, my flashlight went off. Oh my God, my flashlight's blinking. Nope. I'm done. And I've got the REM pod set up behind me here. I'm excited to see what happens here.
All right, so I'm officially alone here in the ballroom. There's no way that Dave is gonna hear me because he's outside in the barn, and there's no way that Jason's gonna hear me because there are 2 floors between us. He's all the way down in the basement, so this is going to be interesting. Starting out the investigation split up in some of the most haunted parts of Prospect Place. I can't think of a better way to do this. I am rolling on the ghost tube right now, and I wanted to specify, I wanted to clarify for people. The ghost tube is an interesting tool that we're experimenting with to see if relevant words can come through. Not every single word that comes through is going to be deemed to be relevant. It's just like other equipment that uses that type of word generation through readings in environmental changes like magnetic fields and stuff. There are other pieces of paranormal equipment that do that. So, hello? That was loud. So, hello? My goal is to see if any of these words that come through could possibly be relevant to any of the questions that I'm asking. We'll see what happens.
I would love to get to see you or get to speak with you. Don't be shy. Come on over and let's talk. And let's talk.
I'm here at the barn. I see something over there by that tree. I can't make out what it is. There's something over there. I can't tell what it is. Is there anybody in the barn here with me? Can you walk across the back wall back there?
There's a box on this chair if you can see this chair. If you walk up to it, it might let me know that you're here.
Open.
I've heard there's a portal up here. A spiritual portal. At least that's what people believe.
Rituals.
Whoa. Did someone do rituals up here? Is that what opened the portal? If that's what happened, you can tell me. Out of 850 words that are programmed into that, the word rituals came through right where it is rumored that they did occult rituals. That is very, very interesting.
This equipment that I have, it will not harm you. What I'm holding in my hands is a tool that I can use to take your portrait. If you would like your picture taken, it's kind of like a camera, so if you stand right in front of me, I should be able to see you.
We're waiting on the safe signal from up in the cupola. So it's safe for everybody to come to the barn. Man, I'm covered in chills. Can you come out and show yourself to me, please? What was that? I just saw a bright blue light right here. I was like right here. The camera's still on. I don't know what that was.
So I tell you what, let's go send up the signal light. See if anything changes, especially for Dave at the barn. Here we go. Signal up.
Oh. Just in time for the safe signal to be on. Up in the cupola, they turn the lights on.
Let's see if that's changed anything. Down here, or possibly with Dave or Jason. And we'll know too.
So if you're here with me, and you feel safe in the barn, can you try and light that red light up that's on the chair? It will not hurt you.
You can get close to me. I'm not afraid. You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm just a visitor. Was the mansion a place of refuge for you? very faint noise there. Of course, it's pretty hot today, so you never know. Little noises like that could just be fluctuations of the temperature.
Is there anyone here who's seeking refuge here at the house at Prospect Place, the home of G.W. Adams? Maybe G.W. Adams is here himself.
Come on, you can run across the field over here. If there's anybody here with me, you can come through the woods there and come into the barn. The safe light is on. Make your way over here, please. Who was the person who was here last time? Somebody scared me out of here. Who was that? Can you tell me your name? Who was that?
Facing in towards the doorway, of which the door moved pretty substantially last time the guys were here. Come on in. Like I say, don't be shy. Come in and have a talk. I'm just here as a guest. Like I say, my name is Jason. What's your name?
Nothing has touched the millimeter yet, and the music box has not gone off.
Open.
Yeah, you're open to come and talk to me. You can use my energy if you need to. I would love if you could show me proof that we can interact with one another, even though we're not in the same place. Physically. Who invited the bat to the party? It's a good thing we decided to have Jason go to the basement and have me come up here, because if he would have been up here with this bat flying around, he'd be on the floor. Jason hates bats. When I first came up here, there was a very overwhelming feeling of being watched, but still a lot of this building left to investigate, though. We got the first floor and second floor and the servants' quarters, which we have never investigated, so I'm gonna go meet back up with them and see what they have to say. All right, so we are now getting ready to start the second session. This is the second floor area where the bedrooms were. A lot of the family lived here, and a lot of the family did pass away in these rooms. We set this up for children because we heard there's a lot of child activity as far as spirits, child's voices, the sound of children playing up here. We have the plasma ball pumping out energy, static energy into the environment. We've had a lot of experiences where actually supplying energy can help paranormal activity occur, and that's what that's here for, but it's also fun so they can touch it. We have cat balls all over the place here, and last but not least, we have the paranormal music box, which is set up right here, pointed back this way towards the end of the hallway. Perfect view of the camera, so if anything passes in front of it, it's going to play music. So, you guys ready?
Yes.
Sure enough.
All right, you ready to head into the old servants' quarters here?
Let's do it. This is our first time investigating in here because this was closed off when we were here before.
Yeah.
All right.
Jason is setting up the EDI Plus meter, which actually is a tool that we use to measure vibration on the geophone, EMF, as well as humidity, air pressure, and temperature changes. As you can see, it's 71.3 degrees in here, so if there's someone in here with us, my name is Ryan, this is Dave, and this is Jason here, and we're just here to talk to you. There's a light in Jason's hand. If you walk up to it and speak, he should be able to hear your voice.
Was that you?
What was that?
I don't know. It's like a giggle or something.
breathy.
Yeah, they came from right here behind me. Was that you?
What was that? Hello? Who's with us?
Is there someone out there? Whoa, whoa. Did you catch that? Yeah, I believe so. Oh, wow, it's going nuts. That was red and blue, which doesn't make any sense. It means it's like temperature rising and falling. Quick temperature fluctuations. Are you over there by the bed? We thought we heard your voice.
Ooh, was that a bat?
Where?
There's a bat.
Where?
There's a bat flying through here.
I didn't feel I didn't feel or see anything.
Oh my God, well there's something that just flew right between you and Dave. Oh.
No, I didn't see anything on camera.
I swear to God, there's something that just flew. Something, if it's not a bat, it was a black... Something went between you and Dave.
As you already saw, it was a bat. It was just moving too fast for Dave or I to catch a glimpse of it on our camera screen. I hate to say I told you so, but didn't I tell you this would happen?
Because if he would have been up here with this bat flying around.
Ooh, was that a bat?
Where?
There's a bat.
Where? He'd be on the floor. Jason hates bats. If there's any children here that can hear our voice, right over through the doorway, out by the bedrooms, the parlors and things, all those rooms on the second floor, there's a bunch of fun toys out there. And they're all there for you.
Or if you're in here with this, look at this one. Look at all those awesome collars on there.
Are you happy about the work that's being done to fix up your house? Constance, or Connie, would you come and talk to us?
Constance, it seems that some people are unsure what happened to you. Can you tell us what happened to you?
Except for one possible disembodied voice, things have been pretty quiet here in the servants' quarters. So we decided to go to the very back of the house to a tiny room with the sole purpose of quarantining the sick to stop the spread of infectious disease.
The sick room. During times of family illness, this room could be used as a quarantine room. There was more than a couple family members that died of consumption, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine they probably would have used this room when they had tuberculosis.
Yes.
If there is a member of the Adams or Cox families, could you please tell us what this room was used for? Were you sick?
Did you stay in this room because you had consumption?
If there's someone here, could you please touch one of these boxes? There's one on the windowsill, there's one in the corner. They're just ways for us to know that you're here. Or if you walk over to Jason, who's standing over there in the corner, you can talk to him, and he should be able to hear your voice. If you were here and you were a child, you don't have to stay in this sick room. While we're here, can you go set off that music box that's sitting on the chair by the bedroom, the boys' bedroom? I'll count down for you. 3, 2,
1. Set off the music.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
For that reason, exactly.
Wait.
There's footsteps back here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm hearing them here too.
Hello?
Whoa.
There's someone in here. Hello?
There's literal walking out here.
Really?
Yes.
There's footsteps back here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm hearing them here too.
Hello?
Whoa.
There's someone in here. Hello? Okay, so where's he going to be?
Right in that chair in front of you.
He's going to be right, so maybe we're out here.
Probably for the best bet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So Ryan is getting the Estes session set up. He's getting his headphones and the radio ready to go. And just a few minutes ago, me and Jason both heard footsteps coming from either end of the house here. And they were loud.
Yes, they were.
Actually, while he's getting that set up, let's walk over here.
Yeah, it was, as soon as you heard it in the room on your right, I was hearing it on the room on your left.
That's weird.
Hello?
Whoa.
There's someone in here. Hello?
I mean, it was so loud you thought someone was in here.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to start sweeping here. I'm going to be placing the spirit box into a handmade Faraday pouch that Jason had made. And what this does is it blocks radio signals from getting to it, therefore lessening the interference that may come through. So I'm going to set that right there. Put this right here. We're sealed in. Blindfold is going on. And
okay, if there are any spirits in here that can hear me, my name is Dave, this is Jason, and Ryan is right over there. Me and Jason are going to be asking any spirits in here questions. And Ryan has a radio right over here that you can talk into like a microphone and give him your answer. Do you understand?
thank you.
Can you tell Ryan how many of us are standing in this room here? Can you tell Ryan which room we're standing in now?
Very, very faint man's voice.
G.W. Adams, are you here? Did Constance fall
I think
die?
I heard a man's voice. It was very electronic, but it sounded like it said, "I'm dead."
Wow. Wow. That was right around here.
Dude, I was looking right at...
I've got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think something moved that camera rig.
Are you serious?
I think so. There's nothing else there.
That was right here.
Got me?
This camera's been set up on the tripod and rolling for over 15 minutes as we set up the equipment and started the session. All of us were sitting or standing still at the time. So if Dave is right, and this camera did move, then it's completely unexplained. The only way to find out is to watch the footage.
Wow. Wow. That was right around here.
Dude, I was looking right at...
I've got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think something moved that camera rig.
Are you serious?
I think so.
Dave was right.
Wow.
This camera rig, which includes the wide-angle night vision camera and thermal imaging camera, did move, and with no explanation. Watch it again with all 4 camera angles to see for yourself.
Wow. 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 That was right around here.
Dude, I was looking right at...
I've got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think something moved that camera rig.
Do you see any explanation for this tripod holding these 2 cameras to move? Let us know in the comments below.
Who are you? Can you please tell us your name?
Did Constance fall from the 2nd floor and die? Did Constance fall from the 2nd floor and die? We're coming down the hall here.
He's back. Ooh, that was the same man's voice. I'll have to review that, but it was the same man just spoke again.
This battery just went from an hour and a half to flashing dead.
You are
No.
You need to go in here and speak to Ryan. Be as loud and clear as possible, please, so he can hear you.
I'm gonna have to cut and get a new battery real quick.
Okay.
For these last few seconds.
Coming.
Okay. Rolling. Did you just drain the battery in my camera? We're gonna have to leave here in just a few minutes. Can you give us any final messages?
I can't.
Whoa. Are you not allowed? Are we bothering you by being in your house?
There's something.
Share your message with us before we have to leave.
I haven't heard anything for a good long while, not even a peep.
Oh, that's convenient timing. I was just getting ready to tell you it's a quarter till, so.
Gotta head on to the next location here before too long, so really look into Prospect Place. Everyone watching, the historical society that owns this place, they're trying to restore this building, this mansion, to its former glory. And what they're doing is using the paranormal investigations as a way to help upkeep the building and restore it. It's already leaps and bounds cleaner and nicer than it was when we were here 7 years ago. So they're doing a fantastic job. There's gonna be a link in the description for their website. So if anyone wants to book an investigation, all you have to do is go there. And we would recommend checking this place out. This is our 3rd time here, and Prospect Place is a very special type of haunted. So, but until next time, everyone, we want to thank you all for watching. We want to thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. That helps, doesn't it, Jason?
Yes, it does. You know it does. If you enjoyed that episode, guys, you hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. Don't forget the bell notifications. Remember, TCB, you got to be taking care of business. We'll see you later. Ooh, was that a bat?
Where?
There's a bat.
Where?
There's a bat flying through here.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel or see anything.
Oh my God, well, there's something that just flew right between you and Dave. Oh.
No, I didn't see anything on camera.
I swear to God, if it's not a bat, it was a black